Hi. So today I'm going to talk about self-esteem because it's something, it's one of those things that just tugs deep in my heart. And I want to talk about it because it's something that I feel like a lot of people battle with, and it's something that people don't speak about enough. So I think it's important for me to talk about it. I've spoken about it before when I started with my YouTube channel a long time ago, last year with Wonder JR. We spoke a bit about this issue, but I want to speak about it some more because I think it's still something that deserves to be spoken about. So when I talk about self-esteem, basically I'm talking about us as people learning to value ourselves and learning to see ourselves as something beautiful. And I feel like it's especially hard in this generation because we are a very consuming generation. We take, and we don't really filter the things that we take in, and the media just have really brainwashed us in so many ways. So we see all these pictures in magazines, we see music videos, we see all these things, and to be very fair, the images that we see, for most of us, it doesn't fit what we are, who we are as beings. So it becomes a bit difficult because sometimes you find yourself starting to question, or just generally there's a way it just somehow plays at your heart. It's probably some sort of psychological something, and you just don't see yourself as, someone who's beautiful or someone who's worth it because, you're seeing all these ladies in the videos and in the, whatever. And then, so if you're a person like me and you're dark skinned, sometimes you just feel like, oh, you're not enough. And of course, people are always making jokes about, man, the lights have gone off, Marlie, where are you, whatever, things like that. And I mean, it's funny, but you also need to be careful because sometimes you could, depending on how strong a person is and how they view themselves, things like that, those words hurt. And I, for the longest time, all through primary school, I had sort of self-esteem issues where I always just felt like I was not good enough because I'd like to say it was a phase, but I mean, if this trend has carried forward all the way to like now we're in the 20, or even in primary school we're in the 21st century, but like that 2000 and whatever, it carried forward to this time because there was just this rave about like light-skinned people. And at school, there's a time we did like a mini pageant at school, like literally it was just our class, the teacher had walked out, and so we had the whole, that session, that class thing, free. And so we did modeling and we did all these things and whatever. Let me tell you guys, I was really feeling myself, like I really knew that I was doing such a great job, and I used to model in those days, so like I actually really knew what I was doing. Let me tell you guys, I made it all the way to the finals, and then they kicked me out. And they even gave the reason and said they picked this chick because she lighty. And so from that time, it's something that I carried forward with me. And I always just felt like, wow, man, I'm really not beautiful because I'm dark. Like, this is so boring. First of all, at night, can't nobody see me. Second of all, like, it's just like, this is so boring. Like, who am I? And so I just didn't like who I was. And then an aunt of mine was sort of going to help me get out of it, and she just sort of encouraged me and kept saying, you're beautiful the way that you are, and you shouldn't be looking at the things that other people say and using that to validate you. And it's something that I really appreciate. And so I'm really very passionate about things of self-esteem because I know that a lot of people battle with it. But I think that the most important thing is for us, we look at ourselves and find something to like about yourself and find something to find beautiful. Don't let society set standards for you. Don't let the media set standards because first of all, those things always change. I was looking at photos of my mom and her friends like from back in the days. They had thick, thin eyebrows like this. And there are people even went and got tattoos because that's the current trend. And you want to be beautiful, so of course you gotta do the eyebrows, like the people doing the eyebrows. Where are they now? Like now eyebrows, it's all about the thick eyebrows and whatever. So like what? So generally, like you can't, your beauty can't be, what's the word, like described or based on the things that you see on TV because trends are forever changing. So if you think that because you have chubby cheeks, it's like, yeah man, I've got chubby cheeks, how can I be beautiful? Like tomorrow, that might be what you see on TV. And it's not even what you see on TV that actually sets the standards. Like, be the one to set standards for yourself. Like now some of the things that people make fun of, I know, like I don't know, what big forehead, being dark or whatever, but those are things that now I embrace because I realize that I can't look at what I see on TV and use that as a basis for my beauty. Because first of all, everyone sees beauty differently. Like some people look at me and say, oh my god, wow, she's beautiful. Which is like, thanks man, how she is. But I mean, there are people that probably look at me and they don't find me beautiful. And that's okay because we all have different tastes and we all have, different whatever. But once you have a grounding in yourself and in who you are, and you know that this is who I am, these are the things about me, these are the flaws that you can call them, or these are the things that maybe are different from everyone else's, but these are things that I'm choosing to embrace. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter what anyone says to you or about you, you will not be shaken. Because now I can tell you, I don't think there's anything that anyone can tell me right now at this point in my life for me today I'm not beautiful. Nothing. I even did a no makeup selfie video for you today. It's not a selfie video, but a no makeup video today to show you that, yeah, my real face, I'm proud of it. So, yeah, I mean, genuinely, you have to learn to see yourself as the best version of a human being that there possibly is, and as the best possible version of yourself. Like, yes, we all have a few things here and there, something that might make you different from another person that you might not like, or things like that, but you have to learn to be your own basis and to be your own standard of beauty, because if you're basing it on trends change, times change, so you may make something like change your face, go get plastic surgery and get big boobies, and then 10 years from now, like, flat titties are a thing. So don't base your own standards of beauty on the things that you want to do, but rather learn to accept yourself the way you are and be that. Let that be the basis for how you feel. Yeah? You need to know that you're beautiful just the way you are, and learn to accept yourself for that.